Hello, America. Eddie Marcus here again. I just can't stop talking. Problems not going away. Solutions are hiding. And this morning, I'm asking myself, where are the presidents? They tell me that Joe Biden was president of the United States, that Barack Obama, president of the United States, that George Bush was the president of the United States, that all three of these gentlemen were president of the United States. That basically says to us that they took an oath. They took an oath saying that they would protect America. They would protect we, the people of America. They would protect and defend the Constitution of the United States against any enemy, against what we are, or whether it's foreign or domestic. You took an oath. But was that oath only valid when you were receiving a check? Is that the only time you had the obligation to commit to the safety of America? When you were receiving a check? It seems as if their presidency should have established something in you that it didn't matter whether you were getting a check or not. What you represent, Biden, what you represent, Obama, what you represent, Bush, is what you were actually defending. It just was lucky enough to get some benefits. But there you were, you gentlemen in the military. You took the same kinds of oaths. Or was it just because you had a uniform and you received a check, but it didn't mean anything to you inside? It was just a lie, just a fake. And as soon as you were discharged or didn't get a check, or when it was over, you decided that it's your job now because you got a pension is just to be quiet, just to be silent. There's no difference in you and the regular people who have never been in office. They're silent. They're quiet. They've never been connected with any kind of power that told them that you got the freedom and the liberty and the righteousness to stand up and defend what is proper. They had nothing more than that, except maybe if they read it in a book or heard it in a sermon or something. And you at least maybe got a chance to experience that. But here you have had the position of power and you quit just because you weren't getting a check. Well, the people of righteousness depend on you. If you were right, we expect you to be right in the presidency or out of the presidency. You say that Barack Obama could not have done a fraction of the things that is being done now. You're saying that you would have stopped it, you would not have allowed it. But now you seem you got no restraints. The guys in the military right now training to be murderers in the event someone step on your toes, the American toes, and at the same time, you are allowing the powers that be to step on your toes. It doesn't make any sense to me. If you care about this country, General Miller, I think you gave America hope when you were in. The guys that was in the FBI, you know what your job was about. How can you stand back and allow this stuff to happen in America unless it's legitimate, unless it is condoned? Is that the right word? No, that might not be the right word. Unless it's what you want. CIA, all of you people who's supposed to have been given authority to have secret powers, to violate the rules, to have secret powers, to protect the people, to protect this country, to protect the Constitution. And at the same time, you sit back and you watch this stuff happen. And then somebody like me says, this stuff is not, this is happening. This is authorized. Nobody's taking over here. Ain't nowhere in the world a crook. The prisons are filled with crooks, and more black crooks than others. Just filled with crooks. And all of a sudden, here's a crook comes along, act superior to all crooks. Everybody stand back or pretend like they're concerned. Like, for instance, down in Atlanta, down in Georgia, they say they got this crook. Bring him on. We got him on all kinds of things. And then all of a sudden, the powers that be authorized, put up a stumbling block. Well, we got him over here, bring him over here. We got him to the, oh, and something else happens. And it's blocked. No president could have done this. So you just, and it's not righteous. It's not righteousness. It's not even right. So you know what it is. It's from the pit of hell. It's from the pit of hell. That's what I'm saying because this is what I'm seeing. And then I'm watching the people. The people don't have any idea about the concept of heaven. They come here on earth and get a little piece of money, can ride a nice car for a few years before it breaks down. Maybe their house will look okay after they bought it for a few years. Don't lose your money. And you know this. So you do everything you possibly can to maintain that money so you can live some kind of a decent life. And maintaining that money to live a decent life means you got to obey the devil every day, because God don't work that way. God is not just concerned about you just because you white. God is not just concerned about you because you black. God is not just concerned about you because you the first one. God is concerned about everyone because everyone is the first one. There are no more you. You are the first one. And that power of God is in you. But you've been lied to ever since you've been on the face of the earth following the dictates of other people who would tell you that they know the answer. And I'm sitting here right today and I can't understand if the president, if the guy had the power, the president of the United States, he's familiar with people, leaders all around the world. He's familiar with all of those crazy stuff that's happening all around the world. He knows what works and he knows what does not work. He knows what is allowed and he knows what is not allowed. He knows what is permitted to be done and what is not permitted to be done. And he acts according to the insides. Now, if your insides is all about money and shut up, you're not going to do a thing. And you will see law being written all over you like nothing. But if you are made of the real stuff, it doesn't matter about money. And what am I saying? I'm saying that the suffering across the world, we focusing on what's happening in the United States today, but it's happening all over the world. I don't care how big your new cities are. I don't care how big your buildings are. I don't care how much money you are getting as you rip folks off. It's still nothing but a passing moment. But life is everlasting. And each day that you call yourself experiencing this crap, you're worried to death about what somebody's going to do to destroy it. Now, why not live not worrying about that? Why not live being free of that by trusting the power that knows how, and stop trusting yourself because you don't care about anybody else but yourself? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying this. I'm brokenhearted. Not really. I've been living long enough to know what's going on. That the let's call them ex-presidents of the United States can live in this country and watch this crook with all those people still in prison, and he at the judge, what do you want to call him, sitting on the throne. Let me put him on the throne, but he's putting judges in jail, so he's on the throne doing all of these things that you have taught that the Bible said don't do. You doing all these things that you have taught that the law says don't do, and the law protects you, the Constitution, and it's all happening. And yes, you see some people, well, we take it to court. This man has come over here and ran over your right now in the car. It's choking you. A car is choking you, but you can't do anything about it. You got to go run to the court and ask the court, is this right? Can I do something? If the court says it's right, then you just sit on that car. That's it for you. If the court says let's stay it, then maybe they might move the car off you a little bit and let's just wait before we determine whether to put the car back on you or you can go free. What the hell you guys talking about? The damage is being done daily. If you're gonna wait to determine what you're gonna do, then stop it. Put a freeze on this stuff that's happening every day. Put a freeze on it. No action until we make a decision. Are we gonna do that which is proper, or are we not? Make a decision and stand up and mean it. Doesn't matter if they kill you. At least your family would be proud of you that they had somebody in their midst who stood up and gave them some direction, showed them the way, show what it really means to be somebody. Presidents sitting around getting their check and pension, going out golfing, I'm sure. They talk with their friends about what's going on. But look, it's going on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that you're being had. You better wake up while you got a chance right now. Right now, while evil is knocking you in your face, it can't nobody deny it. Everybody knows it. But you better do something about it. And if you're going to do something about it, you better do the best thing about it. What is that? Make sure that everybody's protected. Look out for everybody. Make sure nobody suffers. And then if they want to kill you for making sure nobody suffers, then let them kill you. Go down being the man who stood up that nobody suffer. Why? Because you represent a power that they can't see. And so you have to reveal it to them. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting a little heated up now, so I'm going to cut it short. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying, where are the presidents?